Questions for Marcus? Right over here.
Marcus, I'll ask you the same question about Farrell. I mean, it needs two hands to count all the great plays your playmakers made. What comes to mind? Is it Byron sidestep or Farrell run after catch or Carrington with his toes in bound? You know, those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys made huge plays today, and my hat's off to those guys. We know that they have those capabilities in them, and just to see them do it on the field. It just shows what they've been doing out in practice, every single day that they've been here. So, for us, it's nothing that we didn't expect. And, we're proud of those guys because they really stepped up for us today.
Reggie Daniels is in the cubicle area, back left. Molly.
Marcus, this isn't a football question back here, but are you keeping track of the weather in Hawaii?
A little bit. My brother, their playoff game got pushed up early due to the weather. My folks are kind of keeping me posted, but it doesn't seem like it's too bad right now. Thanks for asking.
Joseph.
Hey, Marcus. Coach said that Farrell's been growing up this season. On the football field as a player, and also he's had 2 unsportsmanlike penalties, but he's just growing up. What have you seen from him this season in his progression off the field and on the field?
He's doing a great job of learning from his mistakes. For instance, today I think he was, so juiced after making such a big play, and then he spikes the ball. But then immediately he went to run over to get the ball and pick it up and give it to the ref. So it's coming along with Farrell. He's learning as he goes, and obviously Coach Elfridge and the rest of the coaches have done a good job of just keeping him disciplined and understanding that he. Everything that he does, he has to take responsibility for. And, he's really learned from his mistakes. And, he's made so many good plays for us this year. And, we're going to have to count on that guy.
Back right, Tom.
Marcus, back here. Can you talk about just what the whole night sort of meant to you, if anything, to see, the whole Kenny Wheaton thing and the 89 team, which a lot of people believe this whole thing kind of started back then under Coach Brooks. And then second part of it is you and number 8 on their team had a nice, back and forth during the game, kind of a ongoing plays back and forth between you guys.
Yeah. First off, the atmosphere of this game, everything that we were able to kind of pay homage to was really cool. That's something that, these are the reasons why you come back to school, is to kind of enjoy experiences like this. And to be able to see those guys, especially Ken Wheaton, and, to see him up and just kind of enjoying that moment, that which signified such a huge turnaround in this program. It was awesome to be a part of, and that's stuff that, I'll remember for the rest of my life. And, the other question, Holly's a good friend of mine, and, he made, countless plays throughout the game, and, it was nice of him to pick me up after he sacked me a couple times. So, he's a great player, and, he'll continue to do those types of plays.
Back right.
As the weeks go by, how much more confident are you getting in handing off to Royce, and what kind of changes are you seeing in him?
Hats off to that guy and also the offensive line. They really created holes for him to run through, and Royce, I don't know how to explain it. He's done amazing things all year, and for him to continue to have his success, he's going to continue to learn, and he's got such a high ceiling, and we're very excited for that guy, and obviously we have all the confidence in the world in that guy, and we'll continue to see plays from that.
Second row middle.
First of all, congratulations, Marcus, on a good game again.
Thank you.
But we're about midway through the season, and looking at it, is there anything that you're specifically most proud of, either as a player personally or as a team?
Battling through that Arizona loss and coming to the Rose Bowl and to beat UCLA was probably what I pride our team in, and what this team is probably most proud of, just because it could have been so easy for us to just kind of lay low and just let one loss be 2. And proud of those guys in the locker room because they've continued to battle, and just kind of see the confidence within those guys, especially after what happened last week, to battle through a little adversity, and then to see that confidence kind of carry over into this game. It says a lot about these guys, and we're going to continue to take that confidence and see where that goes with this rest of the season.
We're going a couple more. Tyson.
In the fourth quarter, you were sitting on the bench. It was after, I think it was after one of Royce's touchdowns, but you were sitting on the bench with Dwayne and Darren, and it looked like you were kind of maybe going over a play or something. You guys were actually all sitting like really close, like three on a bench, and everyone like looked happy, but everyone also looked like they were like really intently listening to whatever you were saying. How does that maybe conversation differ from if you had like the veterans like Braylon and Keenan there compared to, you know, these two guys who are kind of, you know, coming up in this program?
Hey, Marcus, before you answer. EFO is in the back, or I'm sorry, in the cubicle area. Okay, Marcus.
Yeah, I think no matter what, I would hope that those guys have the confidence in me to kind of listen to what I have to say. You know, I think Braylon and, you know, whoever it is, you know, if it's Dwayne or DC, you know, those guys understand that, you know, we as a group want to continue to execute to the best of our abilities. And, you know, if we have to come in and talk about some things and go over routes or, you know, go over some type of a blocking scheme, you know, they're definitely going to listen. And, you know, with that being said, you know, it's always kind of a thing that we have around here is overemphasizing our communication. And, you know, that was kind of an example of it. And if we continue just to kind of be on the same page, we'll be able to execute successfully.
Jay in the middle.
Marcus, this is probably the toughest question you'll get tonight, but what does your shirt mean?
Kalaipo is actually the hill that my high school rests on. And, you know, a buddy of mine, they kind of make these shirts. And, you know, for us as a high school, it's a huge kind of pride thing. And, you know, for me, I just, you know, I like wearing these shirts because it just kind of represents where I come from. And, you know, I'll always cherish that.
Carrington is in the confessionals. Cubicles. There actually used to be confessionals. Last question right here.
Hey, Marcus, what's it feel like to beat the Huskies again? And then could you please expand on the playmaker thing? Lowe, you know, injured last week, didn't play this week. Devin, I think 1 or 2 catches the last 2 weeks. Looks like you guys are really evolving offensively. So I guess I got in 2 questions, sorry.
Yeah, I've already forgot your first question.
Beat them 11 in a row now.
Oh yeah, I mean it's awesome. You know, for this community, for the university, you know, it's definitely a special time. And whenever you can beat the Huskies, it's definitely, you know, raises the pridefulness around here. And you know, that's always a huge win every year. And you know, we're thankful for it. It was a great game, and you know, hopefully the community will enjoy this one. And for your second question, I mean, you know, these guys, you know, all have the ability to make plays like that, and we trust them, and we have all the confidence in the world. You know, we understand. You know, Coach always talks about the next guy up, and you know, unfortunately, Keenan got hurt, and you know, he'll get healthy as fast as he can. But we have guys around here that are willing to step up and have those abilities to kind of change the game. And we got to find ways to get those guys the ball because they're going to continue to make plays like that.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Charles, you jump into the middle.
Yeah.